They completely outsourced IT, which means that the assets will be owned by the partner companies, the people will be owned by the partner companies, and the complete IT is handled by the outsourcing company. The second one was hosting, in which you just host the infrastructure. You provide the data centers where hosting is provided. So that is one type of infrastructure outsourcing. The other two areas which gained pace in the last 5 to 10 years is just the infrastructure management, where the infrastructure is actually owned by the customer. The hosting is either at the third party or at the data center owned by the customer. You just outsource the infrastructure management. You just outsource the activities which you need to do to keep the lights on, to keep the infrastructure working continuously, making the business users, making the application available and performing for the business users. The other one which has taken, as I said, was remote infrastructure operations, where you can do the same activities remotely. So these are the 4 different models about infrastructure outsourcing, and I'll be talking about the remote infrastructure. Look at the very interesting study which has done here. You see that of the total almost $400 billion market space, almost 1/3 comes from the infrastructure outsourcing. So it is as good, the size of the market is as good as application development and maintenance. So while India has become a de facto destination for offshoring, the infrastructure management is just taking the pace now. So we are still at a very nascent stage. So you have a huge opportunity in the next few years in terms of infrastructure management becoming a fast segment, because that is the kind of opportunity which is available. So you have almost $125 billion market segment in the infrastructure management area. So how much of it can be remotely managed? So Everest Group has done the research, and as you see that not all that market size can be actually done, we can do the remote offshoring or remote management, but you will see that by 2010 this market will be about $8.6 billion. And today, as you see in 2008 is approximately 3.7. The CAGR, or the compounded growth, is almost 61% in this particular space. So there is a huge opportunity in the infrastructure management space. And the growth opportunity, you students in the infrastructure space, in the infrastructure management space, is enormous, because the need is growing by the day. The need for people in the systems administration area, network administration area, storage administrators, email administrators, desktop administrators, tech support engineers are growing significantly year over year. So that is the kind of market space which you are looking at, which will be approximately $8.6 billion by 2010, which will be for infrastructure management. I don't know how many of you can see, but as you see at least you can see the curves. So as you see the ramp up phase, you'll see that the last one, which is on the infrastructure, is suddenly getting into the hockey stick curve. So the growth in the infrastructure area is becoming significantly higher in these days. So what are the things that can be outsourced? So today, if you are really looking at the maturity of the market, the data center outsourcing, desktop outsourcing, network monitoring, network security monitoring, email management, help desk, they are all in a growing state. So more and more companies, more and more enterprises are now willing to do this infrastructure management from a remote location. So it is in the growth curve as far as the infrastructure management is concerned. So how do you deliver this? So now you understood what infrastructure management is, what's the kind of market size, how are you going to deliver this, what are the things that you need to do in order to make this remote infrastructure work. You need to have a remote operations center. So this is like a command center where you will see big screens, where you will see different time zones, where you will see TV sets, because when you are doing the remote infrastructure management, monitoring and managing, you need to be aware of what is happening in the globe. A earthquake in Taiwan can actually, make the connectivity, you may lose the connectivity on one side. So what kind of connectivity issues are you going to have? So whenever you see a network operations center or a remote operations center, you will see large screens, you will see clocks showing different time zones.